Hello and welcome to Inside the Shed with Steve Hearn, and it's January 2016, so this is the first video of the year, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm determined to get many more, so we'll see how we go. And as I mentioned before Christmas, doing the videos, I'm also in the process. The studio, the shed, is a complete mess. It's a right tip, so I'm trying to get that tidied up, cleaned, and then reorganised as a combination of storage and also social use, so a tiki bar, something like that. Anyway, 2016, well, we had an absolutely horrendous start to the year, and it's so sad to have to mention this and let you know. I guess you may have already heard through social media, but on January the 1st, our friend and colleague Glenn Ferguson, who's based in Universal Theme Parks in Orlando, he manages the Faison Arts concession there, and he manages all the artists there. He was on January the 1st brutally attacked and stabbed in the back of the neck and the base of his skull, in the brain, by a colleague who attacked him. The colleague the day before had actually been let go by Faison Arts for various reasons. And on January the 1st, that morning, he contacted Faison Arts to confirm or something like that he'd actually been sacked, which the owner of the company said, yes, you have. And he, in revenge, said he was going to go into the park and cut Glenn's throat. He threatened to kill Glenn. Well, he kind of carried it out. He went into the park. He got into the park that morning, approached Glenn. They had an altercation. Glenn was trying to get away from him, and the guy had a pair of scissors and managed to get to Glenn, and sadly he actually attacked Glenn and stabbed Glenn viciously in the back of the neck and the head. So Glenn was very badly wounded. He was rushed to hospital, where he had a 5-hour operation, which was successful. But since then, he's been under sedation. But the good news, and it's actually nice to be able to share some good news about this terrible thing that's happened, is that I think it was yesterday, Glenn had some response. Even though he's under sedation, he opened his eyes and was able to squeeze his wife's hand and also wiggle his toes. So that is absolutely really good news. He's still under sedation. There's still a long way to go yet, but to have that happen is an indication that we are really hoping that the injuries will be as less as possible. It's the best way to say it. He won't have suffered too badly. There's a chance he may come out of this, which we really hope for, absolutely fine, and that's what we really do hope for. But it's a long road. He's going to be sedated for a period of time still to make sure that the swelling and injury at the back of his head improves before they bring him around fully to start to assess his situation, and then hopefully look at rehabilitation for him to get back to normal. But there's been a huge response. It's gone global. The news reports have picked up the story from Orlando over this last week, and it's gone all over, and social media, it's been on social media, and there's been a huge, fantastic, positive response of support for Glenn and what's happened to him, to support him and his wife Joanne. And his very close friend Celestia, a friend and colleague of ours who's based in Las Vegas, on the day it happened, she very kindly immediately set up a GoFundMe page where people were able to donate, make a contribution financially towards Glenn and Joanne to help them financially, because there will be hospital bills to pay, and obviously at the moment there's a loss of income because Glenn can't work, obviously he's in the hospital. So Celestia did this straight away, and that was fantastic that she did that. And we've been blown away. It's been a fantastic response. Celestia was amazed by the response. In just a matter of hours, there was nearly $3,000, and then another hour or so later, it went through the $5,000 mark, and it just kept growing and growing. And people have been so generous and so very kind with their donations. And at the moment, the total amount that's been raised for Glenn and Joanne is over $50,000. and that is just phenomenal, and we are so grateful. So if you have made that contribution, we want to say from Glenn's circle of friends and colleagues, which I'm a part of, we want to say thank you so much. There's been so many people that are outside of the artist community, even strangers, that have been touched by what the story has reported and what's happened to Glenn, and they want to support Glenn. And we're just so grateful. So thank you so much if you've supported that. But also thank you, it's been very kind. People have been thinking about Glenn, praying for Glenn, sending positive thoughts, and that is very important too. And we thank you for that. That's encouraging, and it does really make a difference. We do thank you. The perpetrator he was arrested, he's in custody, and he's being charged with first-degree murder. So it's a very serious offence, and he will get what's coming to him. And we do hope that the full force of the law will be discharged upon him, and he'll go into jail for a long time, never to be seen again, hopefully. It's just an absolute tragedy and a despicable thing that he did, absolutely disgusting. And it's just upset so many people. I've also had my own family with my parents. You may or may not know, but my parents in this last year or so have been very, very poorly health-wise, and we've had lots of problems and issues, and it's just really meant that I've had to be involved more and spend much more time with them, and it almost comes down to nearly every day. So I've been trying to deal with that, and also trying to run my business, as it were. So the way I make an income is by going out drawing for weddings and parties, and it's not easy to be able to promote yourself and keep that ball rolling when you need to be there for your parents. So it's been a challenge. It's also been an emotional, psychological challenge as well, because mum is suffering with mental health problems as she's got older now, and they have their own issues and problems with what's complications involved with their health, and it just makes it very difficult. And so we're trying to do our best. And also a very good friend, a very close friend, almost like a family member to us, Danny Owen, just before Christmas was diagnosed with a brain tumour. I just can't believe how 2016 has started. It's just been an absolute shock, really. But the good news with Danny, he's seen his consultant this week, and they've confirmed the tumour is benign. Now, obviously, having a tumour is not a good thing regardless, but the positive news is being benign means that it's not a major threat to his health right now. Within the next week or so, they're going to monitor him and see whether the tumour will either stay as it is or whether it will shrink. They don't really want to operate because it's a risk, the operation, but if it creates complications in terms of like headaches, migraines, or forgetfulness, or things like this, then they said they can operate, but they're going to wait and see whether or not they can avoid that. So we hold Danny in our prayers and thoughts at the moment, and I'm staying in touch with him, we just hope that in all these three situations, Glenn, my parents, and Danny, that we might see more positive news in the coming weeks, and we have our fingers crossed that things will improve and get better for all of them, as well as ourselves. So not very much. It's a sad thing to be having to share such sad news with you at the start of 2016. I was hoping really that we'd have a really good, fun year this year, but I'm sure we will. We still have to move forward, and we have to get on with life, and we try and do our best. The idea, as I mentioned before, with these videos now inside the shed is a complete mess, and I need to tidy it up and throw out so much junk, which I'm going to do. I will get there. It may just take a little bit longer than first imagined, but we will achieve that, and I'll take you through that process. But once I have it tidied and sort of emptied and it's ready to be reorganised, I'm going to hopefully ask you guys through the videos and sharing with you for some ideas. Where should we put this, where should we do that, kind of thing. So something to look forward to. I want to get you involved as well, and we'll just see how that progresses. Anyway, that's enough from me. It's taken up enough of your time. Again, thank you for all your help and support. with Glenn, in no matter whether it's been prayers, thoughts, financial, whatever. It's all very much gratefully received, and we do appreciate it. Please continue that. And if you can, keep in your prayers my parents and Danny, that would be wonderful. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, which I hopefully will be able to do next week sometime, and give you an update on things. And hopefully we'll have some more good news, more positive news. But until then, you know, stay safe, keep smiling, have fun. And we'll speak again on the next video. But thanks for taking the time to watch and listen. This is Steve saying, see you soon.